So, hi everyone. So, right, okay, my name's Claire. This channel is about empowering you on your twin flame journey, your inner divine feminine, your inner divine masculine, and oh my god, it's like a walk-in freezer in this room. Everything I do is channeling, clearing, and healing energy. The channeling part meaning the way I approach every video is going to have something to do with whoever this is going to make sense to. It can make sense to lots of different people, whether you're male or female, divine feminine, divine masculine. Yeah, and like I said, everything I do is clearing energy. My intention is always, I'm always praying, holding space in every video I do. Like I said, I actually pray for everybody as soon as I wake up. Like, it's the first thing I do every day. I've done this for like, well, what if I've done it for well over 20 years, to be honest. I clear my energy every day. Do you know what I mean? So it's just that obviously as I've gotten older and grown in my soul and all that jazz, I've made it more. It depends which way you look at it. I suppose I went through a period of time where I would have made it more complex what I do to clear my energy, and then now it's really pretty simple. But like it's my own sort of thing. So and then like I said, it's just really similar to what I share with you in a personal session, or when I just guide the light through the chakras. So like I said, everybody does things in their own way, but I don't know why I'm saying that. So somebody must be doing something like that or interested in that, or need to do that. So right, so like I said, everything's got something to do with the way I've come. So like I've come to pretty calm. So actually I'm tired. I don't know if I'm. Yeah, I am. I'm tired, but like tired in the way of just aware of. Like I can definitely feel my guides are like just have another day like of rest, because with all the excitement and the collective over the last few days, I really did need to catch up on my sleep. So it was quite funny actually. I set my alarm for I'm sure I set my alarm for like I don't know if it was like 8 or half 8 or something, right? And I knew like I wasn't actually going to get out for a walk till much later. But um yeah, I don't know what happened, but my alarm didn't go off because there's no way I wouldn't have missed it because I'm such a light sleeper, like that just wouldn't happen. But I do keep my phone on silent, so I mean the alarm still goes. So anyway, I don't know what happened there, but I feel it was my guides are just like, nah, like you need more sleep. So it was quite funny. I like literally woke up like into the afternoon, so I was like, fuck. But I always say anyway, my body clock is more American than it is UK. It's hilarious, but it's because everybody I interact with, like literally, obviously online, but like people I interact with online or clients, most of my clients are American, so you know what I mean? It just makes sense. So maybe they'll move to America, guys. See you later, but it's not that easy, is it? It's not that easy. Right, so, but I really do feel, so maybe there's something like past lives, I really do feel I know that I had, oh wow, look when I'm saying that. I definitely had a past life in America. I specifically feel New York. I've always felt very connected to Lilydale, which, but it's quite funny, in this life, I will get there at some point, because I've got lots of people, and I've got lots of people like near New York and stuff, and like I will go there, but it's got creepy vibes about it. Do you know what I mean? Like I used to watch loads of people online that were like cutting about there and that. Like this was years and years ago, and it just looked so fake. Do you know what I mean? It is real though, but it's like the greenery is like so. I don't know, but anyway, interesting. But I'm not going to get into politics, right? Because the astrology is so explosive right now, and God only knows what it must be like on Twitter and Fuckbook and Insta. Look at how amazing my life is when it really isn't, and what's the other ones? Snapchat ruin everybody's relationships. That one's totally the tick of the talk. That is the complete devil. Yeah, not a fan of any of them. And again, I just looked at 444, and this platform, I'm grateful that I'm able to connect with you through it, but this has its moments too, doesn't it? You've got to use discernment these times, guys. So, Anyway, I'm just leaving this completely open, as I always do. I'm shuffling these very New Earth cards, and they're just reminding me that although I must stress, like, everything, and I have to say that, if you're new, every single video I do is timeless, right? I very much have always felt timelines in a very different way from most people. Um, like I always say, like, I've been in New Earth frequencies for years now, which is probably not probably, it's definitely why I'm able to bring in that New Earth energy. I'm basically see me as like an usher guiding you to your seat. That's what I'm like for the New Earth, right? That's a lot of divine feminines that have done the work up until this point, that if you're in a comfortable place of inner union, a lot of us are like that, female and male. Look, star children, cosmic self. Oh, you just know these cards are going to back up what I'm saying. That's usually what happens. Right, these fell on the floor too, and then we'll take whatever that is. Yeah, look, there we go. That's, oh my god, it just blows my mind, because I'm like, it's funny, like, in the earthly way of describing things, I'm cutting about in my jammies and my dressing gown. But in my soul is this, exactly like what I was just saying, like Syrian emissaries, dream for the new earth, time for a magical life. Like, because I remember when I've read that before, I don't tend to read them from the book because they're really long, but it's, um, yeah, Syrian emission. This is just about, like, I'm a Syrian guide that is here. Again, I don't call myself either, because there's just too many different labels that I could, like, again, I feel connected to Sirius, Palladians, Arcturians, Andromeda, all these, I just call it light beings because it covers it all. But look, I've just got guided to Triumphant, Guardian Angel. So again, yeah, like I said, it's mixed emotions, definitely for people in America, but really all around it, a lot of mixed emotions, and I'm just, yeah, I'm staying in my peace and grounded, and I'm not, yeah, I'm just not. I'm not one to talk about politics now. Do you know what I mean? I just basically done the insight into who's going to win, just for, like I said, for shits and giggles. So, because I just think it's all a big clown show. It's all about distraction. But by the way, the election in America is way more exciting than here. As boring as, I mean, it's like, it's no worth staying up all night to watch it here. Put it that way. Like, seriously, who gives a fuck? It's yeah, it's that's what I would say. But anyway, moving on. So, dream for the new earth. This is what it's really all about. This is what I'm interested in. Okay, so again, because it's like what they're talking about is, I remember back, and so well, definitely there was stuff around 2016, but there was definitely stuff around 2020 and all them kind of year, when it's like, whenever anybody, I think I must have still been on Facebook, but whenever anybody was trying to, like, I don't know, like, sort of come at me with weird energy or start an argument, you're barking up the wrong tree. Like, I really could not give a fuck. Do you know what I mean? I'm praying for peace for the world, and with what has happened there, it was the best of a bad bunch. And don't think for 1 second that I'm like some big massive huge Trump fan or something, right? Because that's not the case. It's just the fact that it's the best of a bad bunch, put it that way. If you can see frequencies and feel frequencies like I can, you'll get what I'm saying. That woman's frequency is so dark, it's not even funny. Like, I have been protected from hearing her voice, because it's that's how. So, and I don't expect, not everybody can see energy like I can, so I don't expect you to believe it or get what I'm saying if you don't get what I'm saying, but that is the case. So anyway, moving on. Like I said, I didn't want to talk about what they're making me. Let's get to the sage, actually. Right, I've got the sage. Yeah, it's kind of one of them things where I don't want to talk about politics. I'm not into politics, but it's so kind of in the air, it's in the air. And because because I've chose to do that prediction, it's yeah, there's gonna I might end up fucking hiding it or deleting it, because honestly I can't avoid the stress. It's like, I'm all for uh yeah, I'm all for chatting and stuff and connecting, but if people are trying to I don't know. Like you say, just do you know? It reminds me of like things to do with counselling, things I've done before. It's like just step outside the ring. Like, do you know what I mean? Because it's all a big circus. So maybe I'm saying this because it's like don't get pulled into the drama of that. Like, because even if you're not bothered about politics, because I'm being honest, like I studied. I didn't want to, but I had to study like politics at uni, and it was all just because I was wanting to get to my counselling degree, which was so far away at that point. You know what I mean? But you had, because it was postgraduate, you had to have a degree in an undergraduate degree in something, and mine was like social work. Then I changed it to humanities, and the politics was part of it. So I'm glad I studied it because I've kind of know what's going on. But it's like nobody fucking knows what you could have like a master's degree in it, and it's just it's like I said, I just see it as all big, huge distractions, and it's yeah. So let's not give it any more time. But again, I feel just because it's so in the air, it's. So yeah, I'm just making that clear. You know what I mean? Like it's. Well, I don't tend to get that, but like I'm not. Um, I'm not arsed either way. So basically, yeah. So do you know what I mean? Like I think that just covers it. What I'm arsed about is the people of America being in peace and safety, and people all around the world. But like because I have got a lot, like I said, um I've got a lot of friends in America that I care about very deeply, and I'm just glad that yeah, all the American friends that I know are that I'm close with are happy about the outcome. So if you're not, then I'm sending you peace and love and whatever it is you need. But yeah, people looking for arguments, you're barking up the wrong tree. Right, okay. So I'm sure people aren't anyway, but people looking for an argument with anything these days, you're barking up the wrong tree. It's like, you know what I mean? It's I've been through that much shit in my life. Like it's like that. Can't be bothered with arguments. I can argue with somebody if there's a need for it, and it's like but with the like that, I keep going back to that deck of cards. When there's a need to resolve the conflict with both of you wanting to reach peace and harmony, or at least peace and harmony and going your separate ways or something. But see, when it's people like coming at you, like you can, because I've got my Pluto 0 degrees in the 12th house, I can tell when people are just trying to poke a big stick at you or antagonize you or trigger you, and it's yeah, that it's just like not totally not here for it. It's the shadow side of Scorpio, so I think they're making me say that for a reason. Like, watch out for people doing that, like just being a bit tricky. Just step like I said, step outside the ring. Um, you don't need to engage in it. Right. That's definitely my Saturn talking actually, because the sun, like I said, the sun is conjunct my Saturn. So talk about we're in the high degrees. Oh my god, shit! Right enough. Wow, that's so fun. I just realised that what I was going to say for me personally. The sun is conjunct my Saturn, which rules Capricorn. So everything feels very. It just feels very serious. But actually, to be honest, I've had yeah, I feel like I am definitely experienced. So again, I'm not saying this to brag. I'm saying this because I hope this is the case. I don't just hope. I know and I feel this is the case for those of you that have been on a similar path to me, and I'm talking about the people that have been on it for a very, very long time, and you've done that shadow work and shadow integration. Like, the good thing about it is I feel your rewards are coming in. Because Saturn punishes or rewards, and I very much feel rewards coming in. Like I feel more peace than anything. And when the sun is conjunct your Saturn, that wouldn't always be the case. It could feel very oppressive, or definitely feel very serious, or you know just like a heavy sort of energy. And then what I just realized there was that like the moon is conjunct Pluto. That the monumental um the monumental shift that we're in right now as we lead up to the 19th of November is the old world dying. And that is why they've just got me, say everything I just said there is as the old world is crumbling, and the, you know, the people that were like able to fool the masses, including like, you know, some people that you're looking to for support, like, you know, like I had to pull away from loads of different people from my past that are in similar schools of thought, and, you know, whatever, because it's like, wow, like whether it be, like you said, like certain people's card decks that I've got, or, you know, because it's like, fucking hell, like they were really showing that they just so do not get what is going on the planet and in the world with with who they were pushing down your throat and supporting, and, you know, and it's kind of like, yeah. So, but anyway, the Pluto Capricorn conjunct the Moon in Capricorn right now, that is like piercing, penetrating, like serious truths that could be cut. So a lot of subconscious gunk could be coming up to get looked at. Well, it's definitely happening in the world. And then, like I said, as the Pluto is preparing to leave Capricorn over the next few weeks and move into Aquarius, we're going to be, when we're in Pluto and Aquarius, there's going to be more community, more connecting, more kumbaya, my lord. Nah, I'm only joking. I mean, that is, you know, it's what we want to head towards, but it's a bit unrealistic. That's my Scorpio rising talking there. But, you know, but definitely in the weeks leading up to it, there's going to be a lot of ugly energy. Like, you know, we all know that. So just, if anybody is like I said, I just keep seeing an image, if anybody is trying to poke you a big stick, definitely, if it's online or anything, just don't answer. Do you know what I mean? Like that's you know, it's you'll notice that, like, that's what I do with the on here. I mean, I don't get a lot of comments anyway, so it's not uncommon that I won't find people's comments for days, you know, sometimes even a week, guys. I'm not gonna lie, I do tend to check it like every couple of days, even sometimes once a day, but, you know, sometimes I leave it a couple of days, because sometimes I can sense there's going to be fuckery, and there usually isn't, if I'm honest. Like, it's because I protect this channel so strongly, but it's just more, even when it's like really amazing comments and that, which it usually is, it's just I get over, but you know what I mean, I get overwhelmed whether it is good or bad stuff. And with this collective energy, you've got to look after yourself. So basically what I'm saying is protect your own mental health, protect your own spiritual hygiene. If it's all a bit much and you feel people that are a bit kind of got to be in their bonnet about the results of this, you know, the election or whatever the fucking hell is going on in the world, just kind of, you know, take a back seat and just you've got a choice. So that's what I'm saying, is you've got a choice. Like, you've got a choice whether you interact with people that are trying to annoy you, or you've got a choice whether you be the person that annoys people. It's like when I've said before, always think to yourself, is this going to be kind or helpful to say this, either online or in person? And if it's neither, there's probably no point in saying it. Do you know what I mean? But I mean, that's definitely not something that people live by in these bullying, gang stalking, horrendous times that we live in. Again, I pray every day for the children especially, but the adults, yeah. My God, see what I mean? Now you can tell that the moon is conjunct Pluto and that the sun is conjunct my Saturn, because that is quite serious. Right, I don't know why I picked this up when I haven't even read the other ones. What have we got here? Simplify your life, travelling lightly. So I always see that as like a bin, right? So I always see that as like, I think that guy's just like chucked everything in that bin, like the past. And like, look, that says this way. And they're like, yeah, I don't need any of that. All I need is this little whatever he's got on his back, and I'm on my way. So I'm on my way from misery to happiness today. So I've been hearing that a lot over the past few months. So that's going to be relevant. So we'll leave that there. And wow, look at what I was just talking about. Oh my God, and that one's always the one that reminds me, like, the sword and the stone, and I was talking about past lives. You can overcome anything. So yeah, so clearly that is a bit of a collective theme, like walk in beauty. That's you, right? If anybody's coming at you with bullshit, you know, you can overcome it. And like I've just told you the ways you can overcome it. Don't engage. Or like I said, you don't need to like not engage ever. If it's something that it's like, right, I'll see that later, but you get to decide, don't it's in this demanding day of such fast paced online stuff and in person stuff, you don't like for instance, like it was like texts and stuff, like that's why, like I've had I've had the few people that I trust that are in my life now. I've had people saying, like family or friends, like, when are you going to get WhatsApp again? And I'm like, I just haven't felt like I wanted to. Do you know what I mean? Because I've got more bad memories than good of WhatsApp. I just feel people, it's like what I just said, whether it's good or bad, I feel people's energy too much. God, the minute somebody tries to join me at a group chat anyway, I'll be like, no, that's not happening. It'll be like, Claire's fucking left the chat as soon as fucking Claire joined the chat. But people, that's the thing, people that are in my life know me well enough to know, I couldn't even care less if it's a fucking party or something. Tell me by text, tell me by phone. Can't stand it. It's fake as fuck, all that shit. It's nasty. That's what I think about group chats. I just think it's a place for people to bitch. It's not always like that, but it's because I'm talking Scorpio season here. But anyway, moving on. So again, maybe there's some shit like that going on with people. Maybe there's something not nice happening in a group chat, because that was coming through very strong there. But yeah, whatever it is, you can overcome anything, overcoming the obstacles. And I feel there's something here about past lives. Like I actually, that's what I think this is. It's like, you're the chosen one to pull the sword from the stone. Like it's every time I say that, I'm gonna have to get those dragon cards that are very. They've got things like, the energy of that King Arthur and stuff. But it's that kind of feeling of, like someone going from why me to why the fuck not me, and leaving behind whatever is stressing you out. So whether you're a man, woman, whatever you identify as, and I used to say that all the time, I don't say it as much, but whatever, you know what I'm saying, like horse, fucking elf being, what have we got here? Right, so Surrey and the missionaries, dream for the new earth, time for a magical life, leave the stress behind, like that wondrous universe card. Ellen of the ways, attuned to nature's signs, find your way, follow your heart. That's what it looks like that guy's doing on that wee card. That's a full moon in the background there too, so that actually reminds me of the full moon on the 15th. And if you would like to receive distance healing on the full moon, or around about that, but I usually do it, I'll probably do it on the full moon whenever I do it each month. I'm going to be, it's distance healing that I send out for 30 minutes, so you don't need to do anything other than relax. And, it can, and a lot of the time it's like, when I done it before, it was like I done it right before I was going to my bed. And yeah, the person receiving it was like, felt it, and it was just, it was all kind of, it's hard to describe what I do, but it's all very telepathic. It's just like what I do on my shamanic journeys that you watch on the videos, but it's like I'm doing it distantly, and it's just the energy floods in as I'm doing it. And I very much feel, I think what I'm going to be guided to do is, I was going to say there, when I do the group, the group activation, it'll be like a group, it'll be a healing, like it'll be a video, like on a recorded video like this, and then I'll hold space for like a Zoom circle too, and like I said, as there's more people, I'll have to kind of navigate that, because I put it in the info bit for whoever joins, actually, that I've just can foresee in the future. It's the time zones might be difficult, but I've always managed it the past 10 years, so we'll work around it. But anyway, there's hardly anyone there just now anyway, so it's like it's like, that's what's good about when there's not that many. I can just sort of talk and work it out amongst me and you. But when there does start to be more people, I'll need to just come up with creative ways. But Arcturians, who I did mention, so isn't that amazing? Because I might not have used cards in, but they're just backing up what we're saying. But pure white light, DNA healing, sacred geometry. So from the day I've been doing all of this in public, that's what I'm here to do, is activate your dormant DNA. Like I've said before, like when I started reading astrology charts for people, it really just was all flooding in from the ethers basically, and I just do my own thing. And at the start, I would say to kind of people, like, I don't read it like other astrologers, so make sure you go and get an astrology reading where they're going to tell you, basically explain it differently. But as the years have went on, like I've had, sessions with other people that know astrology, like, like the back of their hand, like, every, because again, astrology is an ongoing learning, but yeah, everybody's like collectively just be like, you just need to own it because you're actually like a brilliant astrologer in your own right. And so yeah, so do you know what I mean? It's kind of like that's what we say to people whenever anybody books my astrology sessions in particular. As long as you're open to the fact that I very much do work with the light beings and I go by ancient astrology and weave it in with my mediumship, so the loved ones, the guides, the ancestors. It really, it's just I'm a very open channel. The only thing I'm not open to is demons, and I'm very good at batting them off. And again, there's specific placements in my chart, which can absolutely, like, wildly is what I want to say, wildly explain why I'm great at battling off demons and particularly dark energies. It's in my chart. Believe me, in the spirit world, they're more scared of me than I would be of them. So that's why I get so much psychic attack and people coming at me. But it's why, that shamanic journey for freeing people from karmic situations works that great, and it's just a free recorded video on YouTube. Do you know what I mean? But the people that have chose to watch it get big results. So I'm really, really proud of that, because I know that by me putting that out there for people that haven't got the finances to invest with me personally, like that's why I always say, like, look, this is my Saturn talking, but I'm here for it. There is no excuse. Like, and let me tell you, this is very, because not only is the moon in Capricorn, but because the moon is conjunct Pluto, it's always going to be stuff that comes up about money when the moon is in Capricorn, right? But that's what we say to people. If people haven't got the money, then there's things on. You're on this channel right now, right? But I'm just making it clear. There's loads of people that talk and teach about money and how to save money, how to blah blah blah, how to get all this kind of stuff, right? There's things like that. There's people that put out, abundance meditations. Like, I've said this for years, but it's true. It's boring. I can't help it, it's boring, guys, but it's true. If you have a really poor money mindset, dedicate yourself every day to doing some kind of abundance meditation or healing. There's people like me that are here to activate the dormant DNA. Like, again, there's loads of stories where I've actually cleared people's root chakras on live streams on various different platforms, on this one too, but I've done it on Instagram, Facebook, and they've come into thousands of pounds. So this is all true. And again, it can be explained by the fact that I've got Jupiter, planet of luck expansion, in Capricorn. But again, what do I say about luck? There's no such thing as luck. Luck is hard work meeting like opportunity. Do you know what I mean? So that's why we say to people, like, when you see people getting blessings and rewards, don't assume that that person hasn't worked hard for it. Like, I say it all the time, but I am here for the rewards that are coming in for me that they've not even fully started coming in, by the way. I can just feel it. I'm so close to a lot of breakthroughs in my life that it's like, that's why I'm saying that, like, even the slightest hint of people that are trying to, like, come at me with a weird energy, I'm just not going to be. I don't want anything to do with it, and I want to protect everybody that's on my radar from that as well. You know what I mean? It's that very motherly energy. But yeah, I definitely. But unfortunately, the pendulum swings both ways. Is if you're not in that energy of like new earth frequencies and feeling rewards coming in for hard work and years of spiritual warfare, you're probably getting hit hard with a lot of karma, and it's yeah, and it's difficult. I've definitely had my years of working through the difficulty of that. And then there's another camp of people that I wouldn't say that it's that you're getting karma because of that. It's like you're I know there's a lot of people right now that are healing deep seated inner child wounds, trauma from, like, whether it be trauma from past lives, trauma from your childhood, because that's also past life, trauma from your adult years for those of you that are like older than me. Just trust me, it's all coming up for everyone, right? But then I have to sort of buffer that with, I am one of those people, and I know others that we're kind of like, like, right, I'm going to speak for myself rather than speak for others. I'm kind of in the place of, am I really okay? Like, there must be something that's bothering me. Like, do you know what I mean? It's kind of like, do you know what I mean? Because it's like I've just been so used to something always being painful. You know what I mean? Like, as we pick up the Three of Swords, heartbreak, trauma, separation, definitely twin flame journey, like, being in separation for as long as what I have, and I'm speaking for everyone else that has been. But this could also be about, like, people that are going through breakups, and that's divorce as well and stuff like that. And I didn't read these cards, did I? But yeah, basically, I suppose the point is like I said, the combination of the sun hitting my Saturn, which is in Scorpio, so you're going to get the brutal truth around here all the time, but definitely now. And Pluto conjunct the moon in Capricorn right now. It's some harsh realities. That's what Capricorn is as well. It's a harsh reality that's slapping everyone in the face. And it's just, I see it as I've went through so many harsh realities that I just sort of calmly accept the way things are right now. Do you know what I mean? So it's the only way I can describe it, really. But without it being like, not in a, like, because some people think they're in that, and you're actually, like, years ago, before I had actually worked on certain parts of myself, I would have thought that I was in a good place, but actually I was just needing to do more soul retrieval, right, and strengthen, and or like what some people, you're disassociated from the pain and the trauma, right? And that's why it's kind of like, but once you've worked on enough soul retrieval, and by the way, like I always say, it never stops. Like, there's always something. Like, like I said, I'm feeling great and strong on this particular day, but I'm always aware that, like, I dare say, like, towards the later degrees of Scorpio, there is inevitably going to be stuff that comes up for me, because there always is. Because it's like, but with the deep waters of Scorpio, the last degrees, um, it would be unusual that you wouldn't have anything coming up, and that's what I have to say. You have to check in with yourself. Have you not got stuff coming up because you're strong, and you've done the grounding, and you've done the healing, and you're always humble, and you're aware that, right, I'm strong and I'm great today, and I'm not going to let people rattle my cage, and I'm going to protect my energy if I feel guided to by the Holy Spirit or whatever you connect with, and make sure you are connecting with the light, and not the false light or the dark energies posing as helpful. Like, again, the film They Live springs to mind. I said it only last year. I think it was last year when I watched it, but yeah, like, it's so the times we live in. But um, look at what they're guiding me to. I think they're trying to tell me, like, people are watching. See, because look at these eyes. I was seeing it like that. Oh my god, yeah. So it's like, people are watching. There's people watching. And there's people watching that are jealous, envious. I want to be where you're at. Why do you get to have that? How can you do that? Could be stuff to do with your psychic gifts. No veil, psychic, different, cosmic inspiration. Like, it's kind of reminding me of when the last in-person session I was doing, the person I was healing is, like, very, very tapped in, like myself. And there's people I connect with that can just do, they do things like I can do, but they can, in the sense, but in their own way, but in the sense of not needing a deck of cards or anything. Because, like I said, I don't need a deck of cards either. I just love them. But I was kind of grateful when it was like, I don't know, I was having a conversation about something from the past, and it was just, the person had said to me, was like, there's a lot of jealousy there, you know what I mean, about how you do what you do. And I'm just like, and it was, with what I was talking about, it was spot on, but it saddens me, because it's like, I'm here to help people, and I'm here to heal people's inner child, and support them with their gifts. And I've got loads of people that, whenever you're on a live stream, like, if, like I said, if it's coming up in conversation, people, because again, it would be a bit much if on every live stream someone was like, I'm so grateful, thank you so much, Claire, like, you know what I mean, it would be a bit much for me, it'd be a bit much for everyone, right? Like, it's basically, I know the people that are grateful for me because they've told me, and I can even feel the people that, I can feel there's a lot of people that are out there grateful for me, but you're maybe just a bit shy to well, understandable if you're shy to speak in public, but even, it can feeling awkward about emailing or whatever. But like I said, I'm just stressing to people, whether you are female or male, if you do want to connect because you're feeling lonely, basically, you know what I mean, then, reach out. And, all I say is I'm wary. I've only started saying that again more recently because I'm just wary because when I started this like 10 years ago, like people used to just like send me like essay. It wasn't even in an email. It would be like in my, the messengers, like Facebook Messenger and Instagram and that. And it just got like too much, too overwhelming, and it really wasn't very fair. Like I said, I used to get other healers and stuff that weren't, because their blind spot was, um, they were helping everybody else, but they weren't like going to another healer like to pay for a session. But people were quite happily like, coming to me for support and advice in my inbox. All the while, my bank balance is sitting in the red. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I mean about, like, I had to get very wise to that. And it wasn't just one person. It was, like, honestly, loads of people. And people that had, like, huge followings and, very powerful healers and stuff. And it's just kind of like, that's what I mean about anyone can have a blind spot, you know what I mean? So it's, and it's just, so I'm very, very protective of myself, and I have to check in, like when people, yeah, I have to really sort of check in and slow down and, suss out what people's motives are. You're a cosmic being, stay confident in your truth. Yeah. So basically, I was just kind of asking, why am I going into that story? But they're telling me it's relevant. It's because somebody listening, you need to hear, oh, wow, look, there's the confirmation. Because I was like feeling like, what's this all about? Look, don't be gel, be ream. So what I'm basically saying to you is, this is either divine feminine, masculine, divine feminine, male or female, that you have. Don't be gel, be ream, right? It's a saying from Timmy, which basically means, I've explained this before, but it's funny that I need to translate it. It means don't be jealous, be cool, if to translate, right? That's my best translation of it. And it's, so whether you're a divine feminine, that you've put in the hard work, and so you should be allowed, because that's Saturn speaking right now. You should be allowed to be in a peaceful part of your life because you've worked hard for it. You don't need to pour all your love out to people that aren't giving the same back now. Just sit back and receive. Wherever that, even if the love that comes from you is just from the divine and your guides, allow yourself to receive. That's what I want to say, right? Stop pouring all your energy out to people that aren't giving it back, or even worse, that are ungrateful, or even worse, that are narcissistic and codependent and, just take. Stop it. Just stop it, okay? Don't know who needs to hear that. But also, I feel I can see that this is for the divine masculine energies, male and female. There's a lot of jealous people around you that I feel this is what you can overcome. Like you're walking away. I'm walking away from the troubles in my life. They're making me sing that because I just watched back it was either Aries or no, it wasn't Aries. Virgo. It was I've only watched Virgo and Aries, and then I'm going to watch the rest after this to title them. But very powerful, strong channelings that were coming in. And, they were so strong when they were coming in. I was I wasn't really wanting to watch them because it felt even stronger to me than what it was. When I watched it, I thought, it wasn't actually as hard hitting as what I felt channeling it, put it that way. But they are hard hitting, strong messages, but they are reality. Like, this is the reality of what I've been helping people through for, like I said, 10 years. The big sigh. But yeah, basically, stay confident in your truth, but just be aware that when you're confident in your truth and you're good at what you do and you're shining your light and you're just being your fucking self, so many people are going to have a problem with it. And if you're like me, and you've always been able to see through the veil and see through people that are like, tricking the masses, and again, like they live, that's why they gave me that example. Like, just take a breather, because I said this to someone today, but like, I am so patient, right? Like, honestly, one of the most patient people you could ever meet, and that's why I'm a good guide on this journey, on the twin flame journey. But There's definitely been things in my life that have been testing my patience too. But what I mean by that is it's just kind of like I'm no longer like repeating the same karmic lessons of like over giving. You know, like I actually really took on board, like I thought about this the other day, but I took on board there was actually one of our male soul family viewers. So hello there if you're watching this. But you might not be watching this because I know that he's been really moving through a lot of his own stuff and taking a lot of time off social media, and then he'll just come back, you know, when he's hermited a bit and watched, which is exactly the right thing to do, by the way. Just, you know, go by what you're guided to do. But basically, I remember him saying to me, like, I didn't actually feel the need to have this Zoom until now because your free stuff is so amazing. Like, almost basically, so it kind of goes to your detriment. And, you know, I was laughing at that because it's so true. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm a Sagittarius moon, so I'm very generous. And I always give a lot. Look, as the first card is the child. But it's because I just know there's so many people that it's a mixture of like, it's like I said before, it's not really it's half the time when people sort of, whenever over the years have sort of said, oh, I've not got any money, or I can't afford it, or, you know, I've got this, I've got that. Yes, I know that there is genuine you know, experiences that people are having like that, right? And it's a fact. But sometimes you know, I've definitely come across people where it's not that at all, and it's just, you know, you would quite happily spend, this chat always seems to come out on a Capricorn moon, but you would quite happily spend your money on, like, you know, a holiday, or, you know, I don't know, something that the kids need, or something that, you know, a present for somebody's big birthday, or I don't know, like it really just depends where you're at in your life, but you know what I'm saying? It's like, but when it comes to you investing in yourself for your own healing, like that, I know I've come across it be like people would just keep putting that in the back burner. And that's why, like, I'm always really happy for people when they invest in themselves, because obviously it's great for my business when people do actually invest in my small business and, you know, like keep it going. But it's it's just basically, it's, yeah, it's a great sign that you're investing in yourself too. And it's the thing is, you know, really identify, like, you know, there's a lot of people that can have trauma when you've been scorned before with business things, or like, you know, like I've said before, like, it's honestly over the years I've cleared so much dark energy and black magic and spell work from people that have invested in like scams, you know, like a lot of people, and this has happened the whole time, and it's quite funny because when I think about it, um I used to clear all this, like, honestly, like, yeah, like, you know, definitely like 9, 10 years ago, whenever I started the Facebook page, I was clearing it right from when I started, because people would, like I said, I would get a big long massive message that was like, you know, and I always, again, I'm trying to say this right politely, but what I'm trying to say is, right, I know how to break up paragraphs, right? Not everybody does, but because of when I was at, now that might seem like, well, so that, but what I'm saying is not everybody does. And when you're reading something that's very long, that can be quite exhausting to read something that's very long that's not like broken up into paragraphs. And one key sign for me when there's black magic all over someone is when I receive an email, or, and the thing is, you know, I explain this to people when, once I've cleared the energy, I explain it to them, so there'll be loads of you watching, male and female, that will actually be like, oh yeah, I remember when Claire done that for me. But I'm more thinking about ages ago, like, because it's so weird, like the people's energy is so different after I clear that from them. That's the best way I can put it. If you've got a hex or a curse or black magic, or, which is the same as having people around you your whole life that tell you you're never going to amount to anything. They don't need to actually tell you that directly, by the way. People can just project that feeling onto you, that you're always going to be this way. You're never going to change, you know. And so don't let people do that to you. Do you know what I mean? Because don't let people do that to you, because look, they're pulling me the word celebration. So I feel like, that's quite funny. It's got the wee John Travolta, but it's like a John Travolta angel. So John Travolta, so that's reminding me of Greece. So yeah, I really do feel it's like, this is so cringe, but it's like the transformation in Greece. That again, I refer to Greece so much, but it's because it's so relevant for so many things. The Cha-Cha coming in and stealing Danny, the ascending at the end of the film, going off in the car, the Danny, you know, transforming as, you know, you know, basically wearing a mask, because it's the thing is, that's what's funny about it's not even, well, I suppose it would have been that he's meant to have been like a player type of energy before, but in Greece it's like nobody's getting a look in. It's just, it's a facade. So that could even be like that. There's been a facade of other people being in the run-ins, but the whole time it's been Sandy. So that definitely feels like divine feminine, divine masculine. But either way, I feel there's a celebration. It could even be like a birthday or a party or something. But I feel this is about union. So, very interesting channeling. This is, again, this is why I love what I do, because it's just so, it's so random. Anyway, we'll put them down for the thumbnail. But with me talking about, but what was I saying? Yeah, I'm showing images of see, you've been battling through. That sounded like battering. God, again, Scorpio. It does. I sincerely hope there's been no kind of physical anything, but that did. But so what? Anyway, so it's because I pull out the darks. Like I said, I'm going to tap into the darkest stuff. So again, I'm praying for anybody that might be in a situation that, you see, I can think I'm now be, this could even be people that have been in abusive situations in the past, and the trauma is coming up from it. So I'm sending prayers your way if that is you. But yeah, I'm being shown images of when I used to be on Facebook or Instagram, and people would just send these big, massive, long, like, it's their story, but it's, you can imagine it's kind of like, and like I said, I'm just glad that, there's a mixture of what I'm saying here. Is I'm glad that I trusted my intuition, because some of the times I've read these big long stories, and people genuinely needed my help, and I truly do believe, that I was the person to help them with that, because it was really complicated things, and that's many people that I've helped over the years. But when we're talking generally about when I would just get flooded with people's crap in my inboxes, I had to get to the point when I was I had to make it very clear to people, you really need to sort of check in with yourself. Is that fair? If you, and this is only for these people, if you are quite happily spending money on this, that, and the next thing, but you're not willing to exchange for somebody's services that they've worked years to gain all these different skills and talents, because it's, yeah, you know what I mean, because of whatever, you know what I mean, you've got, I just feel that they're really wanting me to stress that, because like I said, and in the case of me, it's, let's face it, I'm well aware, that's why I call it out, I don't, I'm not blind to the fact that people can actually just use all the stuff that I've got there for free and never spend a penny with me, because it will change your life, right? But that actually, I choose to focus on the people that's going to empower and strengthen and change people's lives for the better, and than the people that think that they're getting one up on me because they're using my stuff and staying quiet. And then I get all the time when I get people that gaslight me and kind of make out like they don't watch as much as what they do. And it's honestly, it is cringe when I get that, because I can just tell, they'll even show me images. I'm feeling like a ringing in my ear. So, it's but anyway, the point is that, don't focus on the people that lower your vibration and make you wonder, why do people treat each other like this? Do you know what I mean? Why can people not just respect? Focus on the people that you're helping feel like this, you're helping them get out of stuck energy and celebrate their life. Because like I said, for the most part, people, yeah, there are people that will just use my free content for years, and but then one day, after however many years, they invest in a session, and it's right when it's the right time, and it's because they were strong enough. And it's because, unfortunately, so many people that get attracted to me are so heavily traumatized or disassociated or got so much deep trust issues, they just don't know who to trust. So unfortunately, that even includes me. Look, the pilgrim. So it's when the people do take the jump to know that I'm not tricking you. What is tricking you about it? I've got things that will change your life that are free on the channel. It's, You know, it's called meditations, activations, light codes, something like that. You know, don't overload yourself with it, because like I said, more fool you. If you watch all of them, think you're going to become Superwoman or Superman. No, you'll just overload yourself with too much energy. Watch one, integrate the energy, be kind to yourself. And also, if you're thinking about booking a look, there's the eye again. So I was drawn to the eye on that deck, and now I'm on the box, and now I'm drawn to that. Yeah, there's people watching. this is so Scorpio, but it's like there's people watching your journey. That's the message, and there's people watching your journey to union. So there's people watching your journey to union that are cheering you on and wanting this to come about, and there's people watching your journey to celebrations that are like preying on your downfall. I wrote this in the community tab, didn't I? And just don't even focus on them. They will be able to rattle your cage every now and again. And like I said, it annoys me that I even have to fucking talk about as much as what I do. But every now and again I get an email from somebody being like, I'm so glad you done that video, because I actually wasn't seeing how manipulative or evil this person was in my life. And because of watching that video, it helped me open my eyes to what was happening. So fucking hell, that must be happening. So what else have we got here? Wow. Right. I don't like that combination. That's blown my mind with what I was saying. Unfortunately, now, and again, it's interesting because I was seeing someone in my mind's eye that I have done a session with, and then I was seeing another people. They were basically all the people I was seeing in my mind's eye are people that, and it's weird that I said the word evil. It's not weird. It's meant to be like, it's people that have like evil mothers. Like I can't even like come away from that fact, because the Queen to me in this deck, more so than not, is not. I've saw some people read this as divine feminine energy, unless if it's a king and queen come out together, then I'd probably read it as that. But this is a mother energy, and because the orphan came out, it's like, you know, look in the snake. It's like there is a mother energy trying to hold somebody back on their journey, and it's like this person could be a bit of a joker, hiding a ocean of feelings. Couldn't see the wood for the trees for the whatever that saying is, but now they can see the hidden gem. Yeah, look, dead end. This person's been clearing their energy, if this is you. And again, remember, this can still make sense to you if your mother's in the spirit world, because ironically it can actually be your mum coming in to help you now, which I know could be triggering, but it's true, you know, triggering but true. So again, and this is where it's like, look, I have to stress, don't make this yours. If you know you've got a great relationship with your mum, well, it's clearly not yours, is it? Only you know what this is about. Also, it might not be your mum. It could be like a grandmother or some kind of mother figure, or it could be like an ex that you're dealing with, that you've got children with, or like I've said before, it could even be like your ex's mum too, you know, like when there's like a tag team of like karmic people, but it's something, you know, that's definitely a mother figure that was trying to hold somebody back on a journey. So on a journey to union. The castle keeps coming out as well. That reminds me of that song, I'm heading straight for the castle, I'm gonna make her my queen. Oh, now that could be like divine feminine. And that's actually from King Arthur, Legend of the Sword. So a lot of King Arthur energy coming through in this. Yes, you can overcome anything. Right. Christ, this is a deep message. What do we go with now? I'm going to pause it while I think what deck to use. Right, so we've already got enough of the story to see how it's going to resonate. So how can we help whoever it is in this energy? They made me pick up that card that was just on the floor when I walked into the living room yesterday. Change. A resistance to change is a resistance to life itself. Open your heart and mind to new beginnings. So that's coming in. And yeah, I'm glad I did go through there of it, because it's the inner child cards that I saw in my mind's eye, and then I got carried away with whatever this message was that a few of you needed to hear. So I'm shuffling the inner child cards. What would be really helpful for somebody right now? Now, this will be interesting if those two cards, any of those cards come out that came out yesterday. Because I can keep that anonymous, actually, yeah, like that was actually, I was basically I was talking to somebody and I just felt strongly called that, like, that would help, and because I was so tired yesterday, again, this is somebody I'm a bit closer with, in my personal life stuff, so, I was just like, because I knew the person might be like, oh, knew I was tired, but like, I was like, I'll just send the, what the card is, and I was like, actually, can I share that with everyone, because it was needed, and I feel it did resonate with a lot of people, so thank you if that was you, you know who you are. What does somebody need? Whoever you are. Do what you need to do. It may be difficult, but now is the time. So, I mean, I don't know why I feel so sad about this, because it really does feel like, wow, you're wanted. There's a home waiting within. That's interesting. It's 3911. I've been getting drawn to like that. I've been getting drawn to 39 and 11. And again, I really do feel this is talking about November, and this is talking about those of you that are 39 or going to be 39, or your twins 39, or again, I would say within the ranges of 38 to maybe early 40s, because I do attract a lot of males and females, but in these energies, as well as older and younger, and because I was thinking about yesterday, like, there's so many people that I help that are like you're heading for your Saturn return, and also I put these, I was shuffling these wee mini shamanic ones, and I put in my pocket. What the key to your own happiness. Never put the key to your own happiness in someone else's pocket, whatever that means to you. But I'm feeling that's about codependency. I'm feeling this is somebody working out for themselves, that they were putting the key to their own happiness and security in someone else's pocket. So that's such a sweeping statement that I can see they're pulling me the word karma over there as well. So whatever that means to someone, but I really do feel, you see, that can go for divine masculines, male or female, that have put the key to their own happiness in like karmic lovers pocket, like codependent situations, like addictive, hot and cold, toxic trauma bonds, that, you think, well, why the fuck would someone want to stay in that? Because you don't realise you're in it when you're in it. Well, you do, but you don't, you know what I'm saying? It's like, because you can have trauma bond, toxic, hot and cold friendships too, and you'll just keep telling yourself, oh, it's going to be different this time, they're going to change. But you see how, to me, it makes no difference whether it's like a love relationship or a friendship or a family. It's the same situation that's happening. You're like, it's going to be different this time, I'm not going to do that again, or I'm not going to leave you hanging, I'm not going to ghost you for months on end and then just pop up, and and that's, I think that's linked to what I was saying before about at some point, even the most patient people to get fed up of that, because I know that I did in my life whenever the sacrifice. So don't sacrifice your own happiness, your own peace for other people, your circle. Wow. So again, some of you need to check your inside circle. I feel there's definite codependent friendships there, or family, however that's speaking to you. Smoky mirror that you can't see through. You're not seeing clearly. Manipulated. I feel it's robbed some of you of a lot of time. I feel this is how someone's feeling. Yeah, the curse. Fucking hell. I thought, why are you wanting me to use these cards so much? There's always a reason. It was like a generational curse, or it's like a generational curse with a friendship. Like, you don't... That's what I see as a generational curse. Like, people that are like, oh, but we've been friends for like 30 years or 40 years or 20 years or 10 years. Like I say all the time, who cares? Sometimes these are the people that stick the knife in the hardest. Like, look at what is happening. I don't know who needs to hear that, but right. Sorry, not sorry, guys. It comes through the way. Look at that. Oh, look, someone needs an inner child. So, shit, that's so creepy, but cool. That's what I said on the shorts. I'll pin it below. I said, like, look, I don't say this on every shorts, because I don't. Every now and again, and I'm talking like maybe like twice in a year or something, or once a year, there'll be a shorts where I'm like, you need to book a session. And that's how it was. It was that serious. And look, soul retrieval in reverse, the child. That is, somebody needs an inner child soul retrieval like ASAP. Like, I cannot stress that. And everybody that's here that watches all my videos, or the majority of them, you'll know that when it comes through strong like that, this is going to get annoying because this will keep coming through until the person books. So we're all just going to have to listen to this message until the person gets a message. So, yeah, but seriously, you're in need of an inner child soul retrieval. And guess what? You can do that for free by going to the playlist. I'll even put it below. And I would always advise that even if you're knowing that, like, basically what I'm saying is whoever this is for, you need an inner child soul retrieval. And yes, you can watch any of the free ones on the channel, but I feel that is just to be strong enough to actually come and book the session. So that is what I'm hearing. So again, only you're going to know if that's you. And if you don't know if it's you, just keep strengthening your soul, and it'll come to you. You've definitely got a lot of energies not to be trusted around you there. Look, self-esteem. From low self-esteem, Archangel Michael's protecting the situation. 16 tower moment. Archangel Michael came through so much on the shorts as well. There's so much synchronicity. What's another card? And then I'm going to close this out because I want to go make my tea. And then I want to go and get back into my bed, guys, because I know that I'm feeling strong and I'm feeling good, but this will be enough for me, and then that can help who it needs to help. And then I can actually, I think I better have a bath too, because I'm in need of a bath. And then I am going to set my alarm and try and get up tomorrow and get some stuff done. And then I'm looking forward to it because I'm going to see my best pal. So that's if you want to know how I fill up my well of unconditional love, it's by spending time alone most of the time, and every now and again I'll come out my hermit shell to see my people. You're always my people too. Get purpose. Yeah, like somebody's being guided to their purpose, but this is very sad because it feels like you've been held back from your celebrations and your purpose and your union by your inner circle. And it's quite interesting that's got master teacher on it, because that's what's in my info bit, which I've never actually seen anyone else really use that word in, but that's what the download I got years ago, was that I'm a master teacher, a master Twinflame teacher, you know what I mean, because of what I've went through in this lifetime at like disconnect. That's always, I've done it again. Every single time I pull that card, I say disconnect, and it says discontent. But they make me do that every time because it's because you didn't see through somebody's mask. So I never see what it says until I look again. You couldn't see who somebody was until you looked a little closer. Or perhaps it's because you come across like someone like me, and it doesn't just need to be me, by the way. There's loads of other people that do great work like this, exposing, which can get draining as fuck. So we have to pray for everyone that does this, including me. But someone couldn't see, but now they can't. You could be in a dark night soul, discontent. But yeah, I feel this is about the divine feminine muses, male or female, that have helped people to see the light. Discipline. That's what's coming through today with the sun hitting my Saturn. Master teacher again. Right. So I'll read the inner child card and then I'll end this. So I'm sending you love and prayers because this feels kind of a rough message, but it's Scorpio season, guys. What we want and what we need can be two very different things. When this is the case, our wants and needs can differ between self-indulgence and self-care. If you've pulled this card today, it might be time to reflect on the difference between these two in your life. Honouring self-indulgence is a wonderful way to connect with ourselves, especially when done mindfully. Self-care can require us to do things that might be uncomfortable or unpleasant in the moment, but will benefit us in the long run. Wow, that's really so in alignment. And I'm just realised, right, that I think I'll publish those shorts tonight that are for the next few days. While I was uploading those shorts, right, I was watching the 4th after film, and it was either the fourth or the fifth one, and it was blowing my mind because it was at the very, very codependent scenes, like where either she's trying to pull him back with sex. So this could be like where like usually a karmic partner is trying to lure you in with that, even though you know it's toxic and it's arguing and this person's cheated on you, betrayed you. It doesn't need to be that, but it'll be that for some people. Or I mean, this could even be as well that like if you've not healed enough of that codependency in yourself, it could be where you keep being like, oh yeah, I shouldn't, but like I can't stay away from like a twin flame, so just one more time, or all that kind of like. I could see how some of you might be in that as well, but it's it's self-indulgence. That's what I mean by a hot and cold addictive relationship. Although it can be very triggering if you're like the divine feminine, like that is what a lot of divine masculines, male or female, are stuck in. It becomes an addiction because it's like it's like you're looking for attention in all the wrong places, basically. So yeah, whatever that means to you. And then I got pulled to honor your feelings, and the full moon on the card there as well. Oh yeah, and we're not far away from the Pisces. The Pisces moon is actually on 11/11, so I think they're actually getting me to say that is what I feel I might do. It's just sometimes I don't. Whenever I offer it, not a lot of people go for it, but I think what I'll do is I will do I'll do like a special 11/11 healing for I'll do it first and then I'll decide where it's going, right? What level of the membership, and then but you don't need to join any level of the membership. Obviously, if you're in that level of the membership, then you'll get it anyway. But for people that you want to do you want to receive the 11/11 healing, but you don't want to be locked into monthly payments, then I'll have like a one-off payment that you can pay as well. So yeah, just look out for that. I feel they will guide me to do that. Especially because it's number 11. That's quite funny. Right, okay. So just look out for that. I'll put it in the comments and stuff. But it'll be like, I'm just telling you now because we're on Thursday now and that's Monday. So I'll put a post out soon about that. And again, if you've never experienced my distance healing, it is very oh yeah, because I'm saying a video. It might not be a video. It might just be an extra distance healing. So yeah, it's just as powerful, basically. I'll find some reviews about it. If I can. Sometimes I can't because I used to do it. Like at one point I was doing it once a week on the Facebook page, and there was wild, amazing stories. Like there was one woman that asked for her son. Well, I was actually going to say her husband, but yeah, there are people that have asked for their children before, and I heal children like the children connect with me really strongly. Like if they're connected with me, they really heal. Like people have been like really ill with you name it, and they've healed like right away. So it's important you know that if you have got a child that you feel might connect with my frequencies. But yeah, that particular one I'm thinking of is it was like she asked for her husband, and like yeah, her husband's had like chronic like pain, however long, and basically, yeah, he didn't the next day. Put it that way. I don't know how long it lasted or anything, but it's it's amazing things like this. You know what I mean? Right. So today, ask yourself if there's an act of beneficial self care that you've been putting off because it isn't something you want to do. Oh my God, see how that can even fit in with that big, it feels like a rant, but that big thing that came in about, and I can't stop hiccuping, so that's when I'm clearing the energy stronger, that came in about, like, the people that quite happily spend their money on this, that, and the next thing, but you don't see it the same as spending money on something like what I do. But it's like, the irony is, the stuff that I do changes people's lives, and I'm just humbled and grateful that they use me as a channel to be able to provide that for people. This is your sign to do what you need to do for yourself now. But remember, it doesn't. That's definitely for whoever it is that needs the soul retrieval, because it, like I said, it will. You trust me, it will just keep coming up every time I do this. But we'll find the person. The person will find it, or they'll get the message because they'll be like, "This is for me." It'll hit you in the heart. You'll know it's for you. And like I said, if you do want to book a session and you've never watched one of my shamanic journeys on here, please watch that first, because I actually prefer people have watched at least one of them before we do a session, because it is very intense. So, but yeah, I feel there's something you need to do, and it may be difficult, but now's the time. I mean, that really says. I mean, that might be the. Wait a minute. Let's just get the curse card, because there's too many. No, I'm gonna have to arrange. I'll have to choose. So this could have something to do with it too. Like, again, this can be when somebody's got too many options and choices and confused, or like too many people telling them what to do and it's confused them, something like that. What feelings arise when you think about something that you need to do? Do you feel overwhelmed? If so, ask your inner child what these feelings might mean. Oh my God, look how much I spoke about overwhelm as well. This is so important. If you're getting overwhelmed with like people's energies, or people trying to, I don't know, start arguments about stupid shit like politics and all that, then just, take a step back, because it's happening everywhere, in person and online. What feelings arise when you think about something that you want to do? How might these feelings differ from what you need to do? Ask your inner child what the root cause of these different feelings is. Right, and then we'll read 39. And I'll go and get my tea. Right. You are wanted. Abandon. Oh, no, look. I mean, it's kind of obvious, I suppose, the wording, but the orphan. And it says you abandonment. Abandonment is a wound that many of us carry. It is a tender place within us that mourns at the prospect of rejection. Such a sweetheart beats within those who have experienced the pain of being unwanted. Be gentle with yourself in the presence of this pain. At our core, we all crave connection and to be drawn into the embrace of a beloved soul. The exercise for this card is quite gentle in nature, but it will require you to be exceptionally vulnerable with yourself, okay? So there's a trigger warning if you don't want to do this. I recommend doing this in front of a mirror, but if a mirror is unavailable or it detracts from your ability to complete the exercise, please skip this step. Find a comfortable place and reflect on a touch that speaks to your abandoned inner child. For me, this touch is when someone cups the side of my face. Once you've found the touch that brings to life these tender places within, give that touch to yourself. Let yourself fall deeply into the feeling of your hands on your skin, much as you would with a trusted friend or lover. If you're in front of a mirror, I would like for you to look into your eyes and tell yourself that you will never leave you, and that you will never abandon yourself, that you will never walk away, and that it is you, beloved, and me until the very end. If you do not have a mirror, close your eyes and say these words. Know that you are your own home, and that is waiting within. And I mean, that is just so much more poignant that this is a twin flame message, because yeah, your twin flame is within you. Go and look in the mirror, look in your eyes, and tell yourself, I love you. It's you and me, beloved, until the end, and I'll never leave you. You're saying it to yourself, and you're saying it to your twin flame. And who knows, maybe your twin flame really needs to hear that right now. Or maybe it's you. Maybe you're the one that needs to hear it. I would say you both need to hear it, well, actually, they're saying to me, for some of you, you could actually be hearing something like this, however you would word it in the physical. So, how does your inner child feel after hearing that you will never leave them? Do you feel loved and seen? Is there anything that they need at this moment? Absolutely beautiful message. What else was I going to say? Oh yeah, I was just sort of going to add in about that. Like, I know that this isn't going to resonate for everyone, but for the people that it does, if you do have problems around intimacy, and I'm not talking about like, it's making me want to laugh now. I'm not talking about in the bedroom like that, right? Although, by the way, side note, I can actually help people with that too, hypnotherapy. Again, I'm just putting it out there, do you know what I mean? I think that would be quite a challenge for me, but I would do it, yeah. If somebody needs it, anyway, whatever. However that, like, because like I said, you might, what springs to mind, you might just think I'm talking to guys here, but that can actually be women too. If you've got, yeah, just difficulty trusting others, and then that extends to the bedroom and stuff like that too. So anyway, however that again, absolutely, because I'm a womb healer, so I heal trauma at the womb and at the sacral for men, but obviously women's sacral as well. But I mean, men don't have a womb. They might try the people out there might try to start claiming shit like that, though you never know. But yeah, something a good exercise should just be. I feel that this is in line with, like, if you right, okay, say you're like absolutely fine getting naked and flinging your body about a dark room or whatever with a stranger or even people you know well, if it's like codependent, but you're not so comfortable at the thought of lying there holding hands watching a film with your beloved, or however you would put it. Then the best thing to do is, if you are at a stage where you're getting to know someone again and it is somebody that you love and trust, and definitely, if because I feel like some people watching this, you might not be a twin flame, so take this on board too. But if you're a twin flame, like, even more so. But it's about just get used to, like, actually being next to each other. Like, so yeah, just fall asleep beside one another. Like, fall asleep cuddling or something, or fall asleep holding hands. It's like giving me the image of like fucking otters. Like, so you know what I mean? I don't know. Like, just don't rush, don't rush it all to the main event kind of thing. And it's and I'm saying that very seriously, because it's some people really need that healing, because um it's about, like, being valued for, like, you don't always need to be, like, you don't always need to be on call in that way. Do you know what I mean? Like, whether you're a man or a woman, like, the right person will just love you whether you're in the mood or not, and will be more concerned with your own, like, looking after your feelings, and looking after each other's feelings. And so, my God, that's gotten pretty deep. Yeah, honor your feelings. But yeah, so again, I can talk about stuff like that deeper in sessions, and I do, as a lot of you will know that book sessions with me. And like I said, I said on the shorts, it's for tomorrow, but they're all timeless, that I foresee I'm going to be very busy over this winter period, with a lot of people, taking personal responsibility and wanting to face up to their feelings. So if you were thinking about doing that deeper work, doing the therapy with me, I would get in touch now, because I'm already sorting out about one therapy client, so that'll take up some of my time. And then the minute I've got really, like, a few more, I wouldn't take on any more once I've got a certain amount. Do you know what I mean? So, and again, I'm nowhere near that right now. I'm just being transparent that I can see it's going to go that way. So because, and do you know why? It's because I really do take care of my own inner masculine and feminine, that I don't like just cram in all these clients. Like, when my guides tell me, like, right, you're not working with anyone this week, we want you to focus on you and trust us, and then we'll send, that's why it's like I could have a week off to myself, but then the next week that I come back, like, 3 people might want to book in the one day or something, which again, that's not a good example, because I don't tend to, I would, 2 is enough for me, because the sessions are that heavy, but you know what I'm saying. So we're going to end it with this, but yeah, I really hope whoever needed this message needed it, and got it, yeah, let go. So that's very similar to what's come through here. This situation is no longer serves you. Allow me to sever your energetic connections to the past so you can embrace the future. So, I mean, I cannot stress how many cards here are about overcome it. You can overcome anything, the curse, and traveling, like leaving a situation, and then that's saying the same thing. Archangel Michael cutting the cord through. You could be in need of a cord cutting. Now, obviously cord cutting is what I do for people too, but I just don't even use those words very much, because it's just like, I just feel like people know that. It's so much more than cord cutting that I do. I mean, you could do a cord cutting thing for yourself. Like, it's, like I said, it's clearing big time heavy curses, hexes, black magic. And, unfortunately, a lot of the time it's like you don't even realise that that's hanging about you. So just trust. That's why I say, a true shaman works in this way. You don't know why you're being drawn to me. You just are. And it's about you trusting that and following that. And like I said, if you're even just at the stage where you want to email and say, look, I don't really know where to start, but I'm getting drawn to you, that's fine. All I say is, I can't go back and forwards like an email counselling service, to be blunt, because otherwise I will I would have just put that in place. Do you know what I mean? I sometimes wonder whether I should, but I would rather just work with someone in person. You know what I mean? So anyway, and like I said, I've not had anything like that lately, but I always just say it so before it happens. Um, so yeah. Anyway, I'm going to leave that there. I'm sending you, like I said, lots of love, and I'm praying. And this felt like a really important message, so I'm happy to deliver it. And if you do need any more support, consider joining the membership. I'll be in there tomorrow, so I'm filming this on Thursday. So yeah, I'll be in there um on the, yeah, so that'll be the 8th of November if you're watching this in real time. I don't give a time, I just turn up, so just keep your notifications on. Even if you don't catch me live, it'll because again, what I'll be doing when I go in there is I'll just be doing a prayer circle, so I'll pray for whoever isn't there, kind of vibes. But on that note, I'm going to leave you, and I'm going to go and title these videos, and yeah, see you later. Love you and leave you, I might add.